Good morning, good evening, and good afternoon, depending on where you are joining from.
Good morning, sir. God bless you.
Yes, it's good to be here again. An assurance and a reassurance. A week where mystery pathways have been discovered. A week of settlement. Yeah, wow, that's awesome. A week of divine settlements and divine connections. A week of a reassurance, a reassuring and very comforting um, releases. Um, there's a word hanging in my spirit right now with a name attached to it, and I really want her to hear it after she joins. I just wait for Busola. It's hanging in my spirit and it's ringing, and it carries on its wings great, very great, um, reassuring, comforting, elevating, establishing, tickling, amazing, not just promises, but sure word of assurance that something has been done. Hallelujah, glory to God. I don't know that there's an addiction, there's this excitement in my spirit this morning that Lord is just set to do something great and unusual in the lives of people, in atmospheres, in homes, and in circumstances and situations that have been pending, even people who have been in a state of quagmire. There is this assuring word that God is stepping into the scene and is just making things happen and is just going to cause some unusual moves. And when the Father just decides to do certain things, he does not owe anybody any explanation of any sort. He just goes ahead to do what he wants to do. And that's just what I'm perceiving in my spirit, and it's just coming very strong like a wave. And it's coming waves upon waves, droves upon droves, and just announcing is all he's sending me here to tell people today is the word blessed assurance. Yes, it's a guarantee that you can take to the bank. When like in the natural, when there are things that are insured, so when robbers come to break into your home, or there is a case of arson or any such thing, you are really not moved because you know that whatever happens is already been taken care of because you are too insured, and those things are too insured for you to be shaken, and all your dues are fully paid. So there is nothing. You know that. Let people set you up. Let them do whatever they want to do. You almost don't give a damn because you know that there is a restoration. Why? Because you are just too insured to be moved. And in this case, it is a blessed assurance because in your own case, the kind of assurance that you have is that which not only is going to happen, it already happened even before you even came into existence. Okay? So there's really nothing to worry about. So the Lord said, let anxieties, let worries disappear. Let those situations be turned into situations of great joy because He is set to do something that men will marvel at. So I announce to somebody this morning blessed assurance to you, and I also say, attached to that, that was why I was a little bit hung in between two themes this morning, and but the Lord just tied it all together in that single word. I don't know if there's somebody here who have been so worried about situations, about things, and you've been wondering how you're going to get out of this, how you're going to get out of that, how this is going to happen, how that is going to happen. You've been too worried that you've even been having sleepless nights. You've been having all sorts of nightmares. You used to have sweet dreams, but these days you've been having all manner of nightmares. I see somebody from December last year, especially when the year was running to an end, you were so worried that even your blood pressure began to shoot up mysteriously because you were just wondering, oh, the year is coming to an end. How am I going to do this? What's going to happen to that? There were a lot of questions without answers. And this year again is like entering into this year. There have been bombardments left, right, center, and you are just wondering what's going on. God, are you not hearing me anymore? I have news for you this morning. The Lord says, worry not. He said, I am your assurance. I am your blessed assurance. And the Lord said to tell somebody, say, just know this, that you are too connected. You are too connected to fail. You are too connected to be disgraced. You are too connected to be put to shame. I speak into somebody's life and situation this morning, and I say to you, you are too connected to be disappointed. You are too connected to fail. You are too connected to drop. You are too connected not to break through. You are too connected not to reach your expected end. You are too connected not to be pulled out of that state of quagmire. You are too connected to remain in the place of despair, in the place of disappointment, in the place of pain, in this place in the place of whining and bringing. Oh, you are too connected. Come on, you are just too connected. Do you see what I'm saying this morning? I say to somebody that you are too connected to fail, too connected to reap, too connected not to be given or not to get to your destination, too connected not to climb to your high place, too connected not to be promoted. You are too connected to be oppressed. You are too connected to be locked down. You are too connected to be put and boxed in a corner. You are too connected not to succeed. You are too connected not to rejoice. You are too connected to remain in the place of weeping and sorrows. You are too connected not to be lifted and be planted and not to be given the robe of a king, the robe of a prince or a princess. You are too connected. My God, my God, my God, my God. Please, can somebody help me get in touch with Busola? Call her up right away. Right away. She cannot miss this at all, and I don't want to shift from this unction. I just want to shift because she is the face. I saw her face. I just saw her leading the group of people that the Lord is saying, hey, you are too connected. You are too connected to be disgraced. You are too connected to be put to shame. Don't you know who you are connected to? You are connected to the King of all kings, the Lord of all lords, the creator of the heavens and the earth, the judge of the whole earth. Hey, the one who sits upon the throne, and he says, move, and they move. Come, it says to that, come, and they come. The one who holds the hearts of kings in his hands, and like rivers of waters, he turns them wheresoever he wills. The one who gathers the whole water of the whole earth, he gathers them in the hollow of his hand. What that means that he holds the whole world, the whole people, they are in the hollows of his hand, and he says to one, move, and he moves. He says to the other, come, and he comes. He said to this, hey, rearrange, and be reset, and they are reset. He speaks to situations, he rearranges, he resets situations. The one who says, come on, when I have opened a door, no man can shut the door. And he says, I have shut a door of failure against you. I have shut a door of disappointment against you. I have shut a door of sorrow against you. I have shut the door of failure against you. I have shut the door of delays against you. And no man can open that door, because I am the one that is holding the keys of David. When I shut, no man can open. When I open, no man can shut. I have shut the doors of death against you. I have shut the doors of hell against you. Let the hell rise. Let them come. Listen, you are too connected to be disappointed or to be oppressed. Hey, Vatalik in the Pusutashanda. Hey, there is fire burning this morning in the spirit around the throne of God, and He's saying, hey, 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 how dare you touch my anointed? How dare, don't you know that these are the apples of my eyes? These are the ones, they are connected to me. They have a direct link. I am their source. I am their life. I am the one who, I am their sustainer. I am the one who empowers them. I am their everything. You are too connected to fail. You are too connected to be disappointed. You are too connected. Come on, you are too connected. Hey, listen, Bosola, the Lord says, throughout the night, He kept on bringing, You will not let me sleep. I will turn, I will turn. I turned and turned. I thought, okay, let me. I felt a little bit weary in my spirit yesterday, so I just needed to sleep. My all of a sudden from nowhere, one strange headache came, and so throughout yesterday I was just indoors, just meditating, interacting with the Spirit, and I kept on. I was being taken from one realm onto another, and He was showing me things, and He was asking me questions. He said, "Don't you know? Am I not the one who created this? Am I not the one who put this in place?" He took me into the stars. He showed me the mystery of the creation of the stars. He showed me the mystery of Orion. He showed me the mystery of Mazzaroth. He showed me all of the mysteries of the alignment of the stars. He showed me the mystery, the secret pathways, and the socket from which they exist, and how they are held together. And I began to see, my eyes pop out, and I said, Lord, what manner of God you are. He showed me the mystery of the sun, the mystery of the moon. And as I began to see, then He began to show me the very foundation of the seas, the rock from which the waters of the whole earth, the source of the supply of all the waters of the earth. And as I began to see that, then He now asked me, say, I who did all of this, is anything too difficult for me to accomplish? I said, Lord, no. No. And I was saying this, I guess what I was being shown was too much for me, and my head began to ache. My God. Because there was no reason I slept. The night into Sunday, I slept well. So there was no reason why I should have an aching head, a hurting head. But the Lord, what I was taking, the places I was taken into, there were places where it is really not expedient for mortal man to get into. But there are times that when you begin to sweep, the Lord permits you to be in your mortal state, to explore in the realms of immortality, the realms of the immortal, so that you will know the capacity that the flesh can bear as against the realms that you operate in, and the potential that is locked within you that needs to be unveiled. And so the breaking of the flesh simply could not take it. So it resulted in aching and some sort of tiredness and all of that. But you see, it does not matter, because the things that He showed me, they are just enough to comfort me and to bring an announcement of hope, an announcement of assurance and deliverance unto somebody. And then through the night, He began to bring the picture of my sister Busola. He kept on bringing her. Then the next thing, I began to see a procession, a people that were lined up, and I saw them. Some were in despair, some were all that they saw, all that they kept on looking at. They kept on looking at the murky waters that was before them, and they were wondering, how can I ever go through this? I saw muddy waters. Some were even inside. I saw people who were hung in quagmire, that is like, except there was an external force coming to pull them out. Yet I saw the external force. They were looking at the external force, but they were too pointed. They were too locked in interactions with their situations and circumstances that they could not see the hand that was so coming, the hand that was so sure, the help that was too sure, that was already hanging up above them. So all that they needed to do was to lift up their heads, raise their hands, and they would be pulled out of that state of quagmire. But they were too locked in the interactions with the muddy waters, the murky waters, the challenges around them that they could not see. But the Lord said to me, say to them, there is a blessed assurance. Bosola, the Lord said to tell you, He said, come on. He said, turn your face from the place that you have been looking. I saw you looking at a wall. There was this lamentation. There was this regret. There was this. I saw, in fact, I began to hear the sounds of regret and everything. The Lord says, say to her, say to her, say to her that she is too connected to be disappointed. Speak to her the words of assurance and reassurance that there is a blessed assurance that works for her, that speaks for her. He said, if she will just look up unto me and just trust in me. And he said, listen, he began to ask questions. He said, the Lord was asking me, He said, son, do you trust me? Do you trust me? I said, Lord, I trust you. He said, is there anything based on the things I have shown you? Is there anything that is too difficult for me to do? Lord, I said, with what the things you have opened my eyes to see, there is nothing, absolutely nothing too difficult for you to do. The Lord began to ask me, do you think I have completed it? I said, Lord, because you are the one who knows the end from beginning, and you show us the things, you command us to come sit with you in the place where you are seated, so that we will see the conclusion of everything, so that we begin to see the end from the beginning as you have also seen, for that is where the blessed assurance is. And the Lord began to say, tell her that there is a blessed assurance speaking over her. It has been concluded. Trust me and see and know that I am the Lord. I change not. I am the Lord. I change not. I am the judge of the whole earth. I am the one who sits at the head of the table to decide and to determine who who is set free and who is thrown into the prison. You are not to be thrown under the bus, for because I am with you and because you are in me, your dances, your sacrifice have risen unto me as a sweet smelling aroma. Do not think that I will abandon you. I have never left you. I will not leave you. Neither will I ever leave you. I have always been with you. I am with you, and I will ever always be with you. This is the assurance, for I have spoken. My words shall not return unto me void. I am not the God who speaks and do not perform. For what I say I do, and what I do is what I have spoken. Let this be your assurance. Therefore I say unto you, I announce unto you, Bosola, I announce unto you everyone that have been in the state of anxiety, that have been in the state of worries, that have been in the state because you have seen so much disappointment and failure, and now fear has come. Fear has taken hold of your heart. Hear the word of God this morning. There is, I say unto you, you are too connected to be abandoned. You are too connected to be abandoned. As I speak this now, the atmosphere that was around me, I release it into your realm. I release it to your realm. And it begins to send a wave of comfort round about you. You are held, you are lifted, you are established in the divine knowledge of blessed assurance. You are established in the divine understanding, in the divine operation that is released unto this morning. You are too connected to fail, too connected to be disappointed. You are too connected for your appointment not to come true. You are too connected for your appointment not to come true. You are too connected for you not to take your place in the scheme of the powers and the glories that is now being unveiled in this present time. Woo! Wow! Yes. It left me now. It's lifted now. Because it has been transferred. Busola, Tony, Ima. Yay! Woo! Ballet is prokata shandaliada. Eriko prane imbrikis in the Fico and the Hali de Diabada. Relebodo, Seteta, Ebrika, Sombre, and Diklo Ibahadiata. In the monos is a precatali, the Mrada, Libra, Marakabubo, Bukola, Legata, the Procus Untifishanda Ude, and the Prota, Abe Monokundi Krigiba. Douglas, you are all too connected to not receive the fullness of all the Lord has spoken. You are all too connected not to step into the divine operations of the present seasons. You are too connected to not receive the fullness of the reward of your labors. Rather, you are too connected not to enter into the place of divine settlement that the Lord has ordained. Fiona, you are too connected not to enter into the realms and seasons of your great joy. Adedolapo, you are too connected not to walk in the fullness of the encounters and the realms of the heavens that have been opened for the light to shine. Adora, we mean you are too connected not to walk in the realms of kings and queens. Adora Ayano, you are too connected not to download the fullness of the designs and to walk in the realms of creativity that have been long established for you. You are too connected. Do you understand what I'm saying? Lemuel, Lambert, you are all too connected not to dance the dance of glory and assurance. You are too connected. Whoever told you that he has not come true for you, whoever told you that he is coming to, say to the person, no, you don't know the one I am connected to. I am too connected to be waiting. I'm too connected to be on the waiting list. I am too connected not to be at the forefront of those that are now being brought into the limelight. I am too connected not to be announced in palaces. I am too connected for my name not to get into the houses, into the places of the nobles. I'm too connected. Yea, I'm too connected not to walk in my high places. I'm too connected not to ride upon the white horse, even as a prince. I'm too connected not to be reading, not to be carried on the wings of the eagles into the place of my rest. This is the blessed assurance. It's a week of manifestations. It's a day. You know, listen, what I'm telling you was so real that, you know, it started from Saturday night. After, as a matter of fact, I had a discussion with my sister. And so I was caught up in a state of worry, but not anxiety. I was just a little bit concerned. That's the word. I was concerned. Why such a thing, such news will come in the way that it came. And the next thing I began to, it was so, how do I explain this? I thought yesterday was Monday because the urgency was so much that I was literally, one day was cut off from me. I entered into today. So throughout the night, I was talking to somebody, I said, honestly, I'm just feeling that today, that was yesterday, is Monday. I don't know what it is about Monday. So throughout the night, when the Lord began to tell me all of these things, I began to say, oh Lord, you know what? I'm looking forward to Monday. I'm looking forward to Monday. So I stayed out here, you know, through the night, just meditating, just waiting on the Lord, waiting for Monday to come. And Monday met me here. When it was 12 midnight, you know, getting into Monday morning, I said, Lord, Monday has come. What is it about today? What is it about today? And I went to bed because I felt, okay, let me sleep early. Okay, let me sleep early so that I'll be up early. But I was tossing up and down and up, upside down, downside up. Everything inside of me was turned. I was turned inside out, turned inside in. I was being taken from one thing onto another. The sleep just could not come. It was a long night, but a happy one. You can see I woke up fresh, like I slept for 8 hours, but I probably slept for 2 hours. if ought to. Why? The Lord began to speak. So I said, Lord, so what is the song? What is the dance for today? And I heard the word, blessed. No, things were coming up. You are connected. Divine connection. Different things were coming. You are too connected to faith. That word started ringing in my ears. Tell her, say to her, say to her, say to her, you are too connected to faith. Say to her, you are too connected to not to rejoice. Say to her, you are too connected. I say, wow, what is all of this about this connection? And that was the kind of thing that I woke up with, saying, we are too connected to not receive the fullness of the promises, of the blessings that He has spoken unto us. Glory to God. We are too connected to faith. I welcome you. So on that note, I welcome you this morning to the dance of blessed assurance. The dance of assurance. And we have come just to worship Him. We have come to bless Him. You know that song, the song that you hear playing at the background. Here I am. Here I am to worship. Here I am to bow down. Because you never know how much it costs. How much it costs to see everything, all of our sins on the cross. Listen to this. Never remind God what He has forgiven. Never allow your guilt to stand between you and the full release and manifestation of the promises that is no longer a promise but has now come into the state of manifestation. Never allow the strange voice to filter into your ears to say to you or to ask you questions to say, how possible do you think this will be? For the Lord has taken you out of the realms of impossibilities. He has translated you into the kingdom of His dear Son. In that place, it is such a blessed assurance that you don't say it is going to be done, but it is done. Remember what He told us yesterday. Say, if you say unto this mountain, be thou lifted and cast into the sea, and you do not doubt, say that which you say, you will have it. Say, you have it already. Say, so I say to you, when you pray, when you stand to pray, you see, every time you see the Lord talking about prayers, He will always use the word stand. Do you know why? He's talking about legislating your priesthood. He's talking about standing in the courts to take hold of the horn of the altars, pouring out your words of command and decrees as a priest and a king that He has appointed unto God, that bears the rule upon the earth realm. You are standing at a gate, and you are standing as a gate, so that the things that have been decreed in the heavens, that have been allowed and released in the courts, would now, through you open yourself. As you open that gate in the place you are standing, then you open that gate by the declarations of Him. I say, so you believe. That is actually what it means when He says, if you say unto this mountain, you are standing in a kingdom. So you are now saying, let this kingdom be now lifted and cast into the earth realm, that is the sea. Talking about nations and the peoples. You see, when you stand to pray, anything you speak, let me tell you, anything, the request is that decrees. Anything you decree, believe that it is done, then you have it. Believe. Believe. Because you are standing in the place of divine establishment, where you are connected to the King of all kings, the Lord of the whole earth, the creator of all things, the judge of the whole earth. So whether it be a case against you, whether it be an accusation, whether it be a state of delay, whether it be that thing that looks so impossible, that it looks so hopeless. Oh my God. I don't know. The song, the chant in my heart, the chant in my spirit this morning is, you are too connected not to pull through. You are, oh my goodness, you are not connected to a president. You are not connected to a local king. You are not connected to a local chief. You are not connected to an Oba. You are connected to the Kabiyesi. You are connected to the one who is called the Erujeje. You are connected to the one who speaks. He never speaks when he has not done. When he speaks, he does. And when whatsoever he does is what he has spoken. Listen, you go into Isaiah, he began to declare, he said, look, I speak the things that will happen before they happen, so that you will not say when it happens that you did it, yeah, you made it. He said, no. He said, before they happen, I have declared the things. Say, I declare the former things, I also declare the things that are to come. See, this is the one you are connected to. See, you call me by my names. The Alpha, the Omega, which means I am the beginning, I am the end, and I control everything locked within it. Why then are you worried? Don't you know it's a crime, a taboo for those who are connected to me to be anxious and be worried about anything? Have I not commanded you, say, be anxious for nothing, but in whatsoever you do, make your request known unto me by prayer and supplication, locked with thanksgiving. What it means is that with chants, legenia, to pray, but with chants, lift up your request unto me in the form of a sacrifice. Why? Because it is already done. Menanimu. He is the king. Hey! The Lion of the tribe of Judah, the one who carries our battles. Wow! This morning, the Lord will just have you call him. Listen, get into your native tongue. Get into any language that you can speak, whether the Hebrew language, whether, just call him by his names. I was seeing somebody typing, Ale Wileshe. Yes, call him by his names. Because that is the one you are connected to. The one who says nothing is there. He asked you, is there anything too difficult for me? The answer, it is no. Hey! Has he spoken and will he not perform? Don't you know his name? The one who saves, and he says to the uttermost, he is the one that is standing by you. And he says, I am your blessed assurance. I am the one who enfolds. I am the one who locks you in. They call him Eledami. Akagbagirigwe. They call him, hey, Ojemba. The one who commanded the rod and it budded. He said, when he steps, when he was walking close to the mountains began to skip like a ram. And the psalmist asks, what aileth thee, O mountain, that thou skippest like a ram? It's because the Creator, the one who created the heavens and the earth, was coming by. The one who, when he is walking, a fire goes before him to burn up all his enemies, to create a pathway where there was no way. The one who said, I will even, look at what he says, to tell you that, listen, as Jara, I will even make rivers in the wilderness. I will make a way in the wilderness, and I will cause oases to spring forth in the desert. What else do you want to say? What name do you want to call? He is Jehovah too much. Hey! The supplier, the way maker, the promise keeper, the one who speaks and he fulfills. He is the lifter up. He is the glory and the lifter up of our heads. Listen, call his name over and above those situations, then you will see which one will melt. The one that you are connected with is the one whom a fire goes before to burn up all the enemies, the things that have been a hindrance. Even the hill that says you will not go, any hill that become a hindrance at the presence of the Lord, the God of the whole earth, the one who dwells in you, the one who you carry all over the place, the one by whom you live, the one by whom you walk. He is your breath. Your breath is in him. Your life is in him. When he steps, he said the hills, they melted like wax at the presence of the Lord, the God of the whole earth. That is the one you are connected to. You still don't understand, do you? The one who is ready. Hey! The one who is ready to burn a whole city because of you. Somebody is saying, is that possible? Hey, it is more than possible because it is already done. All I'm doing is to remind you of who you are and the one whom you are connected to. Listen, oh God, I wish Busola will understand what is going on. Because of you, the Lord is speaking up. I don't know what it was you were going through since Saturday night, but the Lord your cries entered into the ears of the Lord, like it was in the days of the children of Israel when they were in Egypt and they began to cry unto God, and the Lord went into the wilderness and began to appear as different signs he began to show Moses some terrible signs right there in the desert. Terrible signs that he will look and he will wonder what is this amazing sign. Then all of a sudden he could no longer withstand, he could no longer keep it to himself. He said, I will now step aside to see why the bush is burning, why the bush is on fire and it is not consumed. Why? Because he heard the cries of his people. And look at the opening statement. He said, listen, come, take off the sandals of your leg. For where you are standing is holy ground. All of a sudden, the same place that Moses had walked up and down and up, round and round, now has turned into a holy ground, because when the Father, when the creator of the whole earth, the one to whom you are connected, steps into a place where that place that was a quagmire, that place that was a place that you have struggled and you have toiled and there was nothing, suddenly will transform from the place of oppression into a holy ground, a place of deliverance. Kabayadada. Naniha afeshente hitaka epepota ayinde lu rehinsutu yatali mahania rekatami lu rehaba. Is somebody is your heart bubbling this morning? Because listen, oh God, in Psalm 18, God had to rent the heavens because of one man. When death surrounded David, but he said in his distress, he lifted up his voice and he cried to God. That was the kind of thing. Listen, dear Sola, your cries rose up unto God. That cry that you cried in your distress, that you could not sleep well, that you could not eat well, those things that were troubling in your stomach, and you were just wondering, how did I get into this? The Lord said, you may have gotten into it, but listen, there is nothing that happens to you that I did not know even before it happened. I could have prevented you from God, but I want to bring glory to my name. It is not about you, it is about me. Stop seeing yourself in it and see me and know what I am doing, for I am your blessed assurance. The Lord began to speak to me like he said unto Moses. Said, their cries, I have heard the groanings. When you say a groaning, it's like a pregnant woman that is in labor, that is groaning that is in travail to bring forth a child. He said, I have heard the groanings have come up unto me. In other words, the cries, what they have been crying, their cup, the gathering of those cries that was coming from a deep, sincere heart had risen up unto God, and he has collected them in the bottle, and the bottle was now full. They have collected so many, and all the bottles were filled. It was now time to pour it out upon them in the form of a blessing. And he said, now, come, let us go to Egypt. I want to go and set them free, because their cries have risen up unto me. It wasn't the cry, yes, though a cry, but it came unto God as a sweet smelling savor. Because it was a cry that was lifted up in brokenness. Say, a broken and a contrite heart shall Yahweh not despise. So this morning we come to worship in a blessed assurance. We come to bow down before our King, the maker of the whole earth, the one who is the way maker. He is here. He is moving in the midst of his people. So do not worry, Amanchuku. Do not worry, Ogu. Do not worry, Mabel. Do not worry, Catherine. Hey, do not worry, beloved Busola. Do not worry, Apostle David. Yes, you have wept over the nation of Sierra Leone. You have carried this burden on your heart. You have wept over the state of the church, dear Irish King. You have wept over your family. You have struggled and you have wondered, why is there so much corruption? Why are they changing? Why have they changed that which was for all? Why have they changed the righteous things into the thing that has to do with Baal and darkness? Why have they allowed the spirit of Jezebel to take over my nation? You have borne the burden of the nation upon your heart, upon your shoulders. The Lord said, did you think that I was not watching? Say, I come to announce to you the voice from the throne of Yahweh, to say, the one with whom you are connected now comes with his reward in his hands. He said, I will do a thing within the first quarter of this year. Say, I will do a thing that whoever hears it, their ears will tingle. None of you ever paid attention to the meaning of that word that rang from the throne of Yahweh. Now their ears will tingle. The ears that will hear will tingle. It means that, there are things you will hear, you walk away thinking, maybe I just imagined it. Was that it? Okay, no, let me go. Then they will hear it again. So wait, it's coming again. Then they will ask the people around them, did you hear what I just heard? It once happened in Nigeria. When the principality called Abacha passed on, everybody, he was a tyrant that people were afraid of, was about to change from khaki into agbada, when all of a sudden, a mysterious hand came and took him out. The ears that heard it, it was too good to be true. That is what it means, that the ears they are hearing, they shall tingle. So good to be true that people were whispering it. Have you heard? Have you heard? It's as if until they announced, even the media, they were afraid to carry it. Not because they did not know. Why? The ears that hear it, they will tingle because it's just too good to be true. Oh my God, I speak unto you. Also, that I speak unto you, Irish King, that there is a news that is coming that you will hear, that the ears that will hear it shall tingle. Oh my God, I see Madam Elizabeth Bruman. I say unto you, there is a news that is coming, that with the ears that will hear, they will tingle. They say, is it true that it happened, or did I? There are certain things that will happen to you. You will be asking people around you, please, you just don't want to talk about it because you are not sure. Maybe it's in the realm, maybe you saw it in the realm of dreams. That is the kind of thing I'm seeing. That is what I'm seeing right now. There are things that will happen to you. There are things that the Lord will do in your life, in your situation, in your circumstances, that even you are looking at it, but you will be saying inside yourself, if this is a dream, I don't want to wake up. You are saying within yourself, because it's what you have waited for it so long, to the point that somehow within you, somewhere within your heart, you actually say, well, let me just hold on to, so that I don't offend God. I will hold on, to the promise, but I'm not sure it's possible again. That was what happened to Abraham and Sarah. Have you ever meditated to think about their situation? When it looked like Abraham was 75, in our present time, you will say such a person, libido don't die now. Libido don't die, not to mention, you never even get power again. Then the woman, 65. Is that not retirement age? Grandmother here. That was when he called them. Oh God, our God is a God of humor. He's so full of mysteries. Eh? That was when their retirement age was when Abraham was past retirement age. He was past retirement age as a judge. He was past retirement age. Even in ministry, when you get to 70, they will say, it's your retirement age. So he was past retirement age in everything. Both of them. That was when he called them, okay, now that you are retired, can you come and work with me? Come into my own employment. Let's create new pathways, mystic pathways that people, generations will walk in. And they began to go. At some point, Sarah looked, look. Oh my God, is somebody, could it be that somebody here that I'm speaking to, you were thinking of creating an alternative path? I bring news to you. The Lord says, it is you I called, and it is with you and by you that I will fulfill that which I have spoken concerning you. Ellen Morgan, do you see what I'm talking about? Do you see why that desire have not died? Do you see why now he is bringing it to pass? Hey! I just repeated the sound I heard in the spirit. When I said what I said, I just said that sound. Madam Lizzie, all of you who have been holding on to a promise and you were wondering when will this be, you are just holding on to it because he spoke. He's God. He spoke it and I know he spoke it. Let me just hold on, Sha. But let me be doing my own thing, JJ, so that the disappointment will be too painful when it comes. Woo! Wow! I have news for you. The Lord said you are too connected to me to be disappointed. I am the one who spoke it. Have you not read that my word shall not return unto me void? But until it finish accomplishing the purpose for which I sent it, the only report they must bring back to me is, it is done. It is done. It may tarry, but it shall not tarry. That is why he's saying, write the vision down. Write out the prophetic words so that he that sees may run with it. This is the week where things will begin to unfold. From this week, from today, being the 30th day. The 30th day in the year 2023. The 30th day in the month of January 2023. The 30th day. From this day of divinity, because today, 30th day is the 3. Is the day of 3. 3 plus 0 equals to 3. So it's the day of the Godhead. See, the Lord is now opening the mysteries. It's the day of the Godhead. It's the day when God is breaking into situations. So from today, things you thought would never happen, you will begin to see happen, but in your favor. Good news. Ekwe, Adedolapo, Rhoda, Fiona, NJ, Ibukum. Good news, divine interactions, divine unveilings, divine unfoldings, divine measures, divine elevations. Now, Winifred, Esther, you see, they will begin to open. You will begin to see. For some, it will come like trickle. For some, it will come like an outpouring. For some, it will break into realms. It will break into your realm suddenly. Nora. For some, it will be in the form of certain calls, sudden certain calls. For some, it will be in the form of certain, you will just crash into connections. You will crash into places that they were just about to award him. Nengi. You will just crash into contracts. You will crash into divine connections. The woman, get ready. Laddie, get ready. Kutala, get ready. Kayode, I see you crashing into unusual, uncommon projects that will amaze you, that will set you up. The Lord is bringing you into a connection. Madam Josephine, James Diasri, Baby, Sola. He's bringing you guys into this kind very, I can call it very strange, because of the strange occurrence, the strange situation by which those connections will happen. But they are happening. And you will just see that that one connection will settle, look, it will settle the things that were unsettled. This is the blessed assurance that I am announcing to you. You see, the sound that is feeling, was it yesterday morning when I said to people, I got instruction, close the meeting now, let them go that I wanted to visit. Yeah, if people sent their encounters to me, but me, I began to see this sound there were flashes, it's like there was celebration in the atmosphere. So underneath the sky, because I was permitted to get in up above, and I was seeing lightning, thunderings, sounds, but they were sounds of celebration. Then underneath, you could see the different colors of lightnings, and all of that. Like when you enter into a good disco hall, right? When you see different lightnings and all of that, and maybe you are in a place and you see the flashes of light here and there. That was the kind of thing I was seeing then, or maybe on like New Year's Eve, when you are seeing from a distance and you are seeing, explosions of fireworks and all of that. Those were the kind of things I was seeing, and I would just say, Lord, what's going on? I know there is celebration in the air, but what is the celebration all about? And that was when the Lord began to, because the truth is, because of what happened on Saturday night, I was in a state of, oh God, I was asking a lot of questions. So when he showed me that mountain thing yesterday, and after that, he now said, look, that he wants to encounter, he wants to bring his people into encounters. And what I did not know was that he wanted to take me through series and series of experiences and encounters. Only to show me. What was he doing? He was showing me different things, so that when I speak, I will speak with authority and the blessed assurance to tell people that we are too connected to be disappointed. We are too connected not to reach our goals. We are too connected not to break into our breakthroughs. Our connection is too sure to be shaken. We are too connected for our promotions not to come true. We are connected to the one who sits on the head of those who thought they were in charge. They are mere figureheads. We are too connected. And our connection is to the Creator. He is the Creator of, He is the Creator of all things. He is the Judge He is the Judge of the whole earth. He is the one who sits at the head of the table in every boardroom. He is the one who determines who comes to power and who does not. It's because you will never pay attention to whom we are connected to. That was why it was as if the president and the legislative assembly, they were the one controlling and determining what happens to us. They are figureheads. Listen, when you start dancing, you come into his dance and you start crying to him and you start speaking the right words to him. Remember Pharaoh. Pharaoh, as at that time, in case you don't know, was the most powerful king in the whole earth. Egypt was the world power as at that time. Egypt was the world power as at that time. Remember that there was a time that Egypt fed the whole world. Where corn, people sold their gold to buy corn. People sold their oil. They gave oil in exchange. So with corn, maize, àgbàdo, they became the rulers of the whole world. He is the beginning of all things. He is called the Alpha and the Omega. He is the one who never starts a thing except it has been concluded. If he opened that door to that office, if he opened that job for you, it's because he has concluded all things that pertain unto you. Let them investigate what they want. If he granted you that business, if he gave you those documents, by the way, let me share this wonderful testimony so that you will know the one to whom you are connected. Somebody shared with me an experience that while she was listening to us on this platform, teaching like this in the morning, that I came to her room, held her by the hand, led and guided her into a place and showed her, say, open that place, that is where the documents are. Then I showed her some other things, but the one that got her interest was that document. Said, now there is this document that she has been searching for the past 5 years. They have ransacked the whole house. They have checked every possible place that those documents should be. And they were just about losing the case that has to do with the land. And the judgment was just about to come up, which if without those documents, they would lose the land, and that land was their inheritance. He said, I took them and I pointed to the place. He said, the documents are here. And I walked out. Showed them other things in the house and I walked out. Gave them instructions. So she said when she came out of that, after the program, she now decided to go straight to that place because there is actually a place like that in that house. And she went there. She now discovered, what? She said she called her son. Say, come and see. Now, here is the main testimony. After her husband passed, even though she has a son, the husband's people came because the son was still very young, came and pushed her out of the house. But the husband had told her about a 3-bedroom apartment that they can always go there for holidays. But when they pushed them out of the house, they lost virtually everything in that house. But While they were reading the husband's will, the husband had told them and gave them all the property, the estate and everything, but the family member, they fought her. But the land was the one they were now fighting over, but her lawyer stood by her. And they fought. So now the judgment was about to come. And the husband's family members, they are rich. So they've been manipulating the case. When all of a sudden, after I pointed to that place, what they did not know was that the husband had hidden the document. They said there was no way, even if they had come, there was no way they would have gone into that place. And that was how the documents of not just the landed property, but even the estates that the husband's people had taken, everything was discovered. The case, the hearing, the final hearing where the judgment will be passed is supposed to come up this week. But she's handed everything over to her lawyer. The lawyer, he said, Pastor Clem, do you know what happened? The lawyer was rolling on the floor, dancing. To the point that the lawyer had to call the judge and the judge said, okay, come to my house. And after presenting those evidences, they just said, wow. That the judge made a statement. He said, God is on the side of your clients. I speak into somebody right now. You may have a court case. Yours may not be a court case. There is a document that has been missing. People have been taking undue advantage of you. Or even if it is in the realm of the spirit where they have been manipulating you, hiding things from you, you will keep something, it will just disappear. I've seen cases like that. I stand between the porch and the altar. The God whom I serve, the one who says unto us that you are connected to me, therefore you cannot fail. The one who, when he speaks, it comes to be. I stand before him to speak over your life and to declare over you that this week is a week called the week of the great turnarounds. This week, that thing that have been working against you, suddenly there will be a turnaround. Every voice that has spoken against you will start speaking in your favor and on your behalf. And those who were against you will start backing off. Your accusers will begin to back off. Your spoilers will begin to back off. You will begin to spoil your spoilers. You will pursue your pursuers. You will trouble your troublers. For the Lord has arisen. He has turned the tables around in your favor and against them. You will now sit at the head of the table. You will dance on the table. You will dance on their heads. You will dance on the mountaintop. Oh, you will dance and you will release a shout. Everyone that troubled you, every voice that has risen against you, they insulted you, they called you names, they pushed you out, they ripped you off, they danced upon your head, they took over your belongings, they took over your inheritance. There is a turnaround. From this week, the wind is beginning to blow contrary against them. That wind that blew contrary against you has now turned around. It's now blowing in your favor and is now blowing contrary to them and against them. From this day, from this hour, from this moment. I release it now into your realm. Let that unction begin to flow now in your favor. Let it overwhelm you. Even as I speak now, you will feel that wind blowing into your home, saturating your vehicle, flowing into your realm. and circling round about you. Yes, Muduka Kwai, do you see what I'm saying? Say that, do you see what I'm saying? That things will begin to turn around in your favor. You invested your life. You gave. You made sacrifices. Tony, are you seeing it? There is a turnaround. The Mabokus, are you seeing it? There is a turnaround. The turnaround wave is now blowing in your favor. In your favor. Vivian, do you see it? That man, those gang up, do you see that the wind is now blowing contrary against them? It's now blowing in your favor. Vivian, do you see what I'm saying? Zena, are you seeing it? It's blowing in the wind is now blowing in your favor. The wind is blowing in your favor. It's blowing in your favor. It's blowing in your favor. Wow. It's blowing in your favor. Thank you, Lord. Brother, are you seeing it? Are you seeing it? Iman, do you see that the wind is now blowing in your favor? I feel a movement on my fingers. Every time I feel that movement is because the Lord is already moving upon the lives of people. Every time I feel a tickling movement on my fingertips, I know I don't miss it. The Lord is moving. I release that virtue now. I release that virtue for divine supplies. Beulah and Nunangi, the virtue flows into your realm. Philip Otuya, it flows into your realm right now. There is a breaking forth. Chidozie, I saw you this morning where you were covered. You see, what I saw, in fact, I saw him and I saw somebody. In fact, I was driving with my wife. And it was along the port. And I saw Chidozie and he beckoned at me. So I just held his hand and I spoke a word into his life. Then I saw another person. I don't know that person. I've been trying to place the name, the face. He's fair in complexion. He's huge. He literally stood in front of our car like we will not go. And immediately my eyes were open and I saw that he was about losing his containers of goods that he brought in. So I just stepped out of the vehicle and I held his hand and I prayed. I made a declaration. He said, even this, there is now a turnaround. In 1 hour, your goods shall be released unto you. I had hardly stepped into the vehicle to drive again when he began to shout that, hey! In fact, I heard it loudly, like it was just about that time because the alarm hardly wakes me up except I'm caught up in a realm. So just about that time that my alarm rang. These are the words I heard. Say, hey, Omega! For the Eagles, it has happened. Then that was the kind of thing it was a surprise shock. Hey, a typical Alaba man, when they see a big surprise, hey, that was just all that was coming out. So I smiled and I drove off. Oh my goodness, I speak unto the life of somebody this morning. Your goods may have been tied down. And it's looking as if it's not possible. I declare now that the covenant of 1 hour that I walk with is now released into your realm in the name of Jesus. I release it now, that covenant of 1 hour, that whenever it happens, there is nothing stops it. I now decree and declare that you enter into that realm now, and whatsoever was tied down in your life, anything that you were about to lose, that in the next 1 hour there will be a recovery in the name of Jesus. Chidozie, I don't know what you were doing in the port. I can't remember now, but I know that I just prayed for you. I now decree and declare that whatsoever it is that needed clearance, you walk into it now, and there'll be clearance in the name of Jesus. You will receive your goods. You will receive the things, the goods, the promotions, the businesses, the doors that are due you, they will open up to you in the name of Yeshua HaMashiach. My God, my God, my God. I just want to close with this. I say again, you are too connected to be disappointed. You are too connected to fail. You are too connected to be anxious. You are too connected to be worried. You are too connected not to give a testimony. You are too connected to be robbed of that which belonged to you. You are too connected to lose that case. You are too connected to lose that job. You are too connected to be cut off from your inheritance. You are too connected not to get into that position. You are too connected not to be promoted. You are too connected not to be given the crown. You are too connected not to be established in your own place. You are too connected not to be moved to the place of your own choice. You are too connected not to receive that which the Lord has given unto you. You are too connected not to be at the top. You are too connected to remain at the bottom. You are too connected not to receive the promises, turning the promises into divine manifestation. You are too connected not to get that contract. You are too connected not to receive those funds. You are too connected not to get that land. You are too connected not to win that case. Hey, you are too connected not to recover your family. You are too connected not to recover your children. Do you understand what I'm saying? You are connected to the King of Kings. You are too connected not to sign that agreement that guarantees the award of the contract. You are too connected to not walk through that door. You are too connected to not climb that mountain. You are too connected to not recover your properties. You are too connected. Do you understand what I'm saying, Anwo? Do you understand that you are too connected to be disappointed? You are too connected to be delayed. You are too connected to lose those things that were important, that you have waited for months, for years. You are too connected to remain in the state of quagmire. You are too connected to be confused. You are too connected to not see clearly where you are going. You are too connected to not get to your destiny and your destination. You are too connected. This is the blessed assurance that I bring unto you. It is sounding and it reverberates. You are too connected for that contract not to pull through. You are too connected for that sales not to pull through. You are too connected for those funds not to pull through. You are too connected to remain in the place of poverty and despair. You are too connected to remain in the place of perplexity. The Lord takes you out. He leads you out of that quagmire. He brings you, he washes you clean, and he plants your feet upon a sure ground. See, this is whom you are connected to. You will not be moved. You will not be moved. Thank you, Father. We bless and worship you. We honor you. Gifts, do you understand it? That you are too connected to be rattled by the voice of strangers. You are too connected to be moved by the declarations of men. You are too connected for strange clouds to be built around you. No, you are too connected. You've been lifted. None can put you down. Rise, walk, fly, jump, leap, rejoice, praise, sing, release the sound into the atmosphere and declare, I am too connected to not reach my destination. God bless you. The Lord honor you. And this week, you will testify. You will dance the dance of testimonies. You will dance the dance and sing the song of the great chants. You will rejoice over situations that once rattled you. You have become the rattler of the rattlers. You will rattle the rattlers. Yes, for you reign. You are exalted. You are blessed. You are blessed beyond any curse. There is no enchantment against you. There is no divination that will work against you. The Lord bless you and cause his face to shine upon you this week as you step out. this connection begin to, the cloud following you is a cloud that announces you to those that you are divinely connected to. They will run to you, they will bow themselves to you because it is your season for divine elevation. Becky Peter, do you understand it? The glory of the Lord is resting on you. Hallelujah. We worship you, Father. We honor you, King of glory. Ishayo, thank you for joining us because the Lord has connected you and He has announced unto you it's your season of unusual, uncommon breakthroughs, and you shall receive and you shall rejoice. In Jesus' name. God bless you. I love you all. We come to the end of today's broadcast. Just look, when you face situation, let this be your sound through this week. I am too connected.
Recording in progress.
To fail. I am too connected to be disappointed. Don't let any situation rattle you. You rattle the situation by announcing that I am connected to the one who is called Alleluia. The one who speaks, who never speaks without doing. And the one who, when he does what he has spoken. Alleluia. Alleluia. Listen. The one who says, I declare from the beginning, so that when it happens, you will know that I spoke about it. Because it will happen. For my word shall not return unto me void. That is the one you are connected to. So let that be at the fore. Let that be the mirror. Let that be the word that you see. And dance. Yes, God bless you, Tolu. Dance. Dance around the situation. That when men are saying there's a casting down, you are saying there is a lifting up because of your connection. You are too connected to be put down. You are too connected to be trampled upon. You are too connected not to rise like a phoenix from the ashes of destructions. You will use the ruins to build a great city. Bimbo, you are too connected to not enter the next level, the next phase of the operations of God in your life. None will stop you. Say to yourself, I am unstoppable because I'm too connected to not reach my destination. Say that to yourself and let that, you can print it out, put it in front, pin it to your mirror so that every morning you wake up, I am too connected to not reach my destination. I am unstoppable. I am unstoppable because I am too connected to not reach my destination. God bless you. Have a wonderful day. I love you all. Love our videos, share our videos, encourage your friends and family to subscribe to our YouTube page. Let's get these messages out. I read a comment that somebody made concerning our marriage, singles masterclass. He said this mystery this mystery is too valuable and is hiding here on YouTube. Thank God for the comment, the reply that my sister gave, asking the lady to help push it out. I want to encourage us. There are certain mysteries that we share in this place that you may never hear from the pulpit. Let's get this thing out. Let's get them out. Facebook, especially YouTube, let's get them out. Let's subscribe. Let's encourage our families and friends to subscribe. Young people, get them. Especially that particular singles masterclass. Get it out to people. By the way, the book Sex Bomb will soon be officially out. As a matter of fact, the sister that took it up to do the publishing, she actually saw the unedited version that my brother in the US had published it on Amazon, you know. So I didn't bother promoting it because it was not edited. I sent it to him for editing. He read it and he said, Clement, he just designed a cover and just put it raw. Or he said, no, this thing is not what you should be delaying at all. How can you have this kind of thing? And so, but I said, you didn't edit it. He said, it doesn't matter. I said, no, it matters a lot. Because I knew that there were a lot of errors. That's when typos and all of that. So, and of course, when I put it out again for editing, Connected People, that book had been on for since 2008 that it was written. It's been encountering one terrible fight after another, causing delays and all of that. But the sister now said I should send her the book. I sent it to her, and in 2 hours she has finished reading the book, and she called me back and said, I'm through with it. I said, It was, I said, what? And she said she wants to publish it. By the time she finished, she said this book must be out latest by the 4th of February, because she said she wants it out before, she wants it launched before the Valentine in February 14th. And she took it up. They did send it to a professional editor. They just got everything ready, registered the book and everything. I'm sure by the end of this week they'll put finishing touches to it. We are going to bring out the book. Why am I sharing this? Some of the things that we talked about the book, I shared some things from that book in that singles masterclass. They are not common teachings. Those teachings came from an encounter. The book title is Sex Board. The mysteries of God's intention concerning sex. Unveiling the mysteries, the mystic pathway of God's original intention concerning sex. So those are, I'm just sharing this. Please, if you have not yet subscribed to our YouTube channel, please do that. Don't just stop at subscription. Also, go ahead and share with families and friends and colleagues. Encourage them also to share. I didn't used to be bothered about, but because of the kind of teachings and because I understand what God is saying to us at this time, He wants these teachings to be out there because God is calling His people back to Himself. I need to start talking about this now. So please, let's get this on. Let's determine that before the end of February that we'll have 1,000 and above subscribers on the Eudokia School of Ascension's YouTube channel. All right? I believe we can do that, right? Let's begin to get these things out. Okay? Let's not be selfish with it. Let's not get these things to ourselves. One of the ways you cause the light to shine is by actually getting out the things that you've gotten, share it out, let people get to know it, so that they will also come into this light and join in the dance. God bless you. I love you all. Have a wonderful, wonderful day. And just remember that today is the day of the blessed assurance. And remember that you are too connected to faith. God bless you. Amen.
Recording.